Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will present the PPT with the title Scientific Method. My name is KHOIRUNNISA BAIDAH. You can call me Nisa. NIM PO 712012 20018. Subject Nursing Methodology. Lecturer NS YELLYANDA M.Kep. Definition. Scientific method. The scientific method in general can be interpreted as a step or method that is carried out systematically. The context of a systematic way in this case to conduct research in order to find answer and find problem carried out by a research. The scientific method is one way research conduct research to develop, discover and test hypotheses. The scientific method is also an attempt to make observation of certain symptoms and phenomena to find result or conclusion. Understanding of the scientific method according to expert. 1. Almadic. According to Almad 1939. The scientific method is one way to apply logical principles to validation, to discover and to explanation of truth. 2. Sudarmin not much difference from the opinion of Sudarmin 2002, who defines the scientific method as a scientific procedure that is structured systematically in order to be able to retrieve and obtain knowledge based on sensory perception. It can also be used to acquire new theory and knowledge. 3. Will Abdurrahman Batani, 2006, views the scientific method as a process of carrying out activities to find knowledge that is still pre-scientific. The same as the previous opinion, if the methods used are carried out systematically and follow the code of ethics and the principle of setting normative technical procedure. The goal is to fulfill the validity requirement in accordance with scientific validity that can be accounted for. 4. First, judgment more deeply. First, judgment feels that the scientific method is not just a scientific methodology, but research can also do more than understanding with all any abstract to solving problems that arise. From some of the opinions above, the scientific method can be concluded as a methodology that is arranged systematically to test knowledge that is still pre-scientific, to answer and find answer regarding whether or not the hypotheses raised by research are correct. Scientific method step 1. Initial observation. 2. Problem formulation. 3. Formulation of the hypothesis. 4. Research design. 5. Research in the field. 6. Make conclusion. 7. Evaluation and repetition. 8. Report result. 1. Initial observation. The initial technical observations on the creation of the scientific method were not clearly written. It's just that these initial observations serve to make it easy for research to determine the formulation of the problem or identify the problem. 2. Problem formulation. Formulation of the problem or identification of the problem is that the research must have something to be known and must be solved. As for the main character of the formulation of the problem, namely in the F3, hypothesis formulation. As for the next step of the scientific method, namely making a hypothesis formulation. A hypothesis is a temporary allegation that still needs proof and the truth is still being solved through research arm of question. 4. Research design. The research design must be more specific. In the research design, the research must really know what the purpose of conducting the research is, the material and tools that need to be prepared, as well as important data. Everything must also be prepared. 5. Research in the field. The scientific method indirectly required research to conduct experiments, namely by testing the hypotheses that have been made. It is at this stage the research begins to compile and collect data by means of a literature review or by distributing questionnaires or whatever. There are many methods of collection data. 6. Making conclusion. If all the data has been collected and parsed in such a way, the next step is to analyze the collected data. This data will need to be compared with the hypothesis. It is seen whether the hypothesis is true or false. 7. Evaluation and repetition. If what happens the results are not appropriate and there is a change in the control variable, then the study must be reported. There is an intention to report the result, namely to ascertain whether the results are objective or not. 8. Reporting result. Then the last section report the result. When presenting result, the researcher must present them in a systematic, complete and objective manner. Make sure the results are written in a coherent manner from the very beginning to the very end. Scientific method requirement 1. Fact 2. Analytical 3. Without prejudice 4. Be consistent 5. Purpose 6. Operational 7. Systematic. Comparison of the scientific method and the nursing process. Every rational action is always accompanied by a decision or stress, whereas every decision make, make and problem solving require the willingness of the people involved to achieve the new things and difference from existing conditions. The, the, the gap that occurs is a problem that occurs and requires an appropriate solution. The nursing process is an organized and systematic method of providing nursing care to the client, which focuses on the human response, whether as an individual, family, or community, due to actual or potential health disturbance. The nursing process is carried out systematically and science according with the client condition, both in health and illness, with nursing theory and concept. Achieve a result. Scientific method atau metode ilmiah. and nursing proses atau proses perawatan. Identification of problem, collection data, formulate the problem. Nursing process, assessment, data collection, interpretation. Formulate hypothesis. Nursing process, nursing diagnosis. Do experiments. Nursing process, planning, goal setting, action plan. Testing conclusion with experiment. Nursing process, implementation. Conclusion, evaluation and modification. Make a report, nursing documentation. Sorry if there are mistakes in the pronunciation of words. I close and I end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.